dark way too long in this place. That bright smile long gone been replaced. From ear to ear I see that fear in your face. Tell me when the last time you felt safe, cause there's some evil people in the streets. Evil at your front door, creeping while you sleep. It's time to raise up, show that evil we ain't weak. We don't turn the other cheek, I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. No more running from the bad guy, I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up. We go. It's been dark way too long in this place. That bright smile long gone been replaced. From ear to ear I see that fear in your face. Tell me when the last time you felt safe, cause there's some evil people in the streets. Evil at your front door, creeping while you sleep. It's time to raise up, show that evil we ain't weak. We don't turn the other cheek, I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. No more running from the bad guy, I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
Hello, everyone. I'm trying to fix my screen now. It's telling me audio only, so I gotta figure this out. Let me turn my camera on. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Insights of a Survivor. This is your host, PJ. And as soon as I figure this out, I'm going to let you guys know why it's not being my friend today. Well, as I'm doing that, let me first start with the trigger warning. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that today's episode will cover sensitive topics, including domestic violence, survivorship, and healing, and the healing journey. Some content may be sensitive or triggering for listeners who have experienced trauma. But please, 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 please take care of yourself, okay? Because we want to make sure that you put yourself first. I'm all about sharing. I am all about sharing our story. But what I want to make sure that everyone is aware of is that your health, your well-being comes first. I don't want anyone to think that just because we're talking about this, being strong is knowing when it's time for you to, say enough.
It's been dark way too long in this place. That bright smile long gone.
I don't know what just happened there, so we're going to go back. It just wanted to talk to you guys. I'm sorry about that. I guess this is not going to let me come on there online. I'm trying to. There we go. There we go. Hi, everybody. I'm back. You're not going to get rid of me for long. Sorry. Technical difficulties, you guys. But you did hear the trigger warning, and I'd like to welcome you all back to Insights of a Survivor, the space where we do not just talk about surviving, we talk about thriving. This is about real stories, real healing, real transformation, whether you're someone who has been living through the fire or you're still trying to find your way out. This is the place for you. We're here to uplift, empower, and remind you that your past does not define your future. I'm going to say that a lot. You're going to get tired of hearing me say that your past does not define you, your future, or who you are. Trauma impacts us all in different ways: physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, mentally. The list goes on and on and on. It lingers in our relationships, our choices, and even how we look at ourselves. But here's the truth. You do not have to stay stuck in the damage that someone else caused. Healing isn't easy. It's messy. It's painful. And some days feels like it's impossible. But you're not alone in this. That's why we have these conversations, to let you know that there is life beyond survival. There is freedom on the other side of pain. I also wanted to take a moment to talk about something I know a lot of you have been waiting for. It's my upcoming show, I Survived Domestic Violence. I was supposed to launch it last week on the 3rd, but I had to push it back, and I'm just going to be real about why. Right now, I have a whole lot on my plate. I had the summit last week, and I have projects that I'm working on right now, and I had to take a moment to just reset. So I'm still working on them. I have interviewed a few ladies who have these stories that will blow your mind. So just be tuned, because here's the thing: healing doesn't mean that you're going to run yourself into the ground. I'm not going to run myself into the ground. I want to give you guys the truth, but I want to be here to give you guys the truth. I want to be here to share your story. I don't want to share my story. I'm sorry, and be here to help give you a platform to share yours. So I don't want to do so much that I'm just too exhausted to be here for myself, let alone for you guys. But don't worry, because it means that I am going to take care of myself. So healing, it means to know enough. See, I'm sorry, burning myself out even now. Healing means to know when it's time to pause, when it's time to breathe, and when it's time to come back even stronger. So do not worry. I survived domestic violence. Is still coming, and when it does, it's going to be everything that you've ever hoped for. It's going to be everything that you've ever needed. So now, let's get into today's conversation. If you've ever been caught in a toxic relationship where you're being manipulated, where there's gaslighting, emotional control, anything that may have kept you stuck, this is the episode for you. I know what it's like to wake up every day to feel like you're a prisoner in your own home. You can't go outside. You can't look in your phone. You can't even watch some of the things on TV. I got in trouble, you guys, for watching the Montel Williams show. Really? Really? Like, come on now. And I know how hard it is to walk away when the world says to just leave. Just leave. Because it's that simple. Just leave. This man is making you unhappy. He's narcissistic. He's abusive mentally, physically, emotionally, or however. Everyone says, well, why don't you just leave? Like it's that system. Like it's like that simple. But I know what it means to reclaim your power, to rewrite your story, and to win in ways that they never expected you to. I lived in that cycle for far too long. The isolation, the control, the fear. I know what it's like to have someone strip you down piece by piece by piece until you don't even recognize who you are. I know what it's like to wake up every morning and just kind of brace yourself for all of the insults, the accusations, the constant walking on eggshells and just hoping, let me just get through this day. Let me just get through this day without making them mad, without pissing them off, without setting them off. I know what it's like to be told that no one else will ever love me the way they do. Please, you have 3 kids. You look, you dark, you fat, you ugly. You silly from Color Purple. I don't have the rights to that. Please don't sue me. But I know what it's like to be done that way, and while they try to actively destroy every part of you that you feel like could be loved. And I also know how hard it is to leave. I know how hard it is to walk away, not just physically, but emotionally. Because even after everything that you've gone through, the scars don't just go away. You get out, the scars are still there. You still have to rebuild yourself from the ground up. You have to heal. You have to unlearn the lies, the manipulation, and the belief that you weren't good enough. I had to learn how to believe that I wasn't good enough. Think I'm still over that. I still have my moments. I still have to sit back and think about, no, that wasn't true. I have to unlearn. That's a lifelong, well, I'm not going to say lifelong. I know that I'm not at the end of my journey. So it's something that we have to teach ourselves on a regular basis. And I had to find me again, the version of me that was never meant to be broken in the first place. And guess what, you guys? My guest today, she gets it too. She gets it too. Miss Cassandra Lady Kiss Williams is a mother, an author, and a woman who walked away from a 16-year toxic relationship. Oh my goodness. She turned her pain into purpose, helping other women step into their power through the Kiss Corner and as a co-host of Open Letters to Survivor. You guys are starting to see a little system here, right? I have a couple of my ladies. I mean, these are my sisters, so I have to represent them as much as they represent me. She's here to remind you that you are stronger than you think, and your story is far from over. So I would like to welcome everybody, this beautiful woman has co-hosted both of my events. Actually, on one of those events, she had to take over as the host because I couldn't do anything. She is, it's not only someone that I know professionally, she's someone that I speak to on a personal basis. She knows my kids, my grandbaby, my husband. They love her. They run up to her. Hi, Miss Cassandra. So introducing the one and only Miss Lady Kiss. Let's get you on the line right now. Hi, sis.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you for such a beautiful
You're welcome.
Oh,
So, Miss
this is just
Cassandra,
us
how
talking.
are you? No, it's great. It's great. I mean,
I
how are
know it is. It is. I'm sitting back here listening to you.
go on now? Go on
Let me.
now.
I'm taking notes.
I mean, but let's just get
Taking
started with
notes.
you though.
I'm
Don't take notes now. You know I'll text you all that stuff. You don't gotta take notes. But we're gonna talk about you. Let's talk about Miss Cassandra. You've endured a 16-year
right.
toxic relationship with a man who did not appreciate you. You were a very good woman. I mean, I know your story, so I don't want to tell it for you. But let's talk about that. What moment made you say enough is enough? You know, what moment made you say I deserve more than this? Like what because I know I'm gonna start telling your story. Shut up.
Oh wow. I listen. I've written part of it, right? In my book. I almost gave up but God. And it's an anthology piece. I'm one of 24 co-authors. And my title is, The Last Fight, right? The Day I Chose Me. And
Mm,
in short, it literally was just that. It was the last fight we've ever had because I left 4 days later.
okay.
And if it wasn't for me having to get my kids in order, I probably would have left sooner than that. But
No, I get it. I get it. I
but
get it.
it's funny because your mind in your mind, right? You already know the truth. And
Mm-hmm.
you try to make
Right.
yourself live and believe otherwise. When the truth is dead in front of you, it is what it is, and you trying to play it like it's something else. And so I say all of that to be honest, right? Out of my relationship years prior to me leaving. And I think he had done the same, to be perfectly honest. Um, it just, you're in it, it's routine, it's comfortable because like you said, it's the crazy that right? You can predict it, you know what's about to be said, you know about how long it'll last, the quiet time, to anticipate that it's not going to be quiet but for so long, maybe 2 weeks, 2 months, depending on where you are in the year. With him, it was that elbow grease, that elbow juice helps you speak truth. When
Yes.
you're not sober,
Trust
you
me.
too scared to say it. But when
Mm-hmm.
that alcohol gets up in you, it brings
Yes, yes,
out,
yes.
all this worry in a person, and now all of a sudden they ready to
Mm-hmm.
confront you and your mama and your great great grandpappy about your life
Right.
and everything that they think is right is wrong, and then some, and it's like, oh, so this is the real you.
Pretty
And you
much.
need this yeah, and you need this truth serum to help you, like, say what you gotta say. At least that's what you think,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't need all of that. You got something to say to me, say it.
Right.
We don't
Please
need
do.
this in between thing to help
It's
because it
called that liquid courage. That liquid courage.
liquid courage. It's like, we don't need that. We don't need that. But some people do, right? And there's proof that many people do. And
Mhm.
when you're not of that same person, it's a lot to deal with. Your personality is scary. Um, because you just, until you allow yourself to acclimate to it, you don't know what to expect. There's the cussing. My experience, was the cussing, the screaming, the name calling. It's
Mhm.
aren't mine. They were these accusations. I'm like, well, if they're not yours.
I don't understand why they do. I don't know why is that the first thing a man want to do. Well, I'm sorry, men, not all men. Why is it that's the first thing that they want to do? It's like, so you basically I'd rather just call me a hoe. Just call me a hoe. Because that's what you want to do. Instead of you want the kids, are they really mine? So basically you're saying that I'm a hoe. So just ask
Right,
me, am I having sex with other people instead of just blatantly just insulting me
right,
like I don't know who the father of my children are. I'm sorry.
right.
That's a sore
And
spot
then
with me because I had
furthermore,
to get my son tested.
I've done that. Been there.
See?
Been there. I've
Why
been
though? And what
there.
you gonna do when you find out they're yours?
Hmm.
Am I still a hoe?
Hmm. Listen, I have been there, and it's sad, I won't give enough information to identify for my kids' sake which
Right.
one, but
Of
yeah,
course.
but it's crazy, it's crazy. And I would always, me and my rational self, right? I'm always my
Yes.
logic just won't allow me to enter the logical thinking that's happening. And so I'm like, well, explain to me how a day is set up in your life. Because in my world, I only got 24 hours. And
Yeah.
they're done. When you sleep for like 5, 6, every now and then I might get an 8 hour, but 5 to 6 hours.
What?
And I'm following the same routine. I just said the other day, I think I was talking to my therapist, and I was like, listen, if and I hate to just say it like this, but it's true. I said, baby, if anybody was trying to do something easy, because for what it's worth, I carry the same routine. I'm home, I work, I pick up my kids, I come back home. Like my neighbors knew about what time everybody was leaving.
This is not an invitation, anybody. Please know that.
No, it's
Y'all better not
not.
come
No,
and
it's
trying to
not.
attack my sister.
Listen,
She keep
listen.
mace.
Like I keep a whole lot. Like don't try it. We was just doing our thing. And he was the first one to leave in the morning. So
Mhm.
who was left to get everybody up and in the midst of some of these arguments, I have to lay it down. I'm like, because while you sitting here talking crazy, how I done found time in a day in my life to go lay up with somebody else to produce and then come into this home and pass off as if somebody is yours who really isn't. Like, what are you saying? You think I'm a hoe? All these other characteristics, we've been around each other for how long? And this is how well you know me. But my other thing to that too was that I got tired of living in shadows of past experiences and past relationships that had absolutely nothing to do with me. Yes, we all come into our relationships with whatever has happened, right? I can't penalize anybody for that. We already know it. You grown, I'm grown. We've had experiences, right? So, but for me to have to live under the shadow of what the other person has done. Either you dealt with it or you didn't. And if you didn't, then you need to go back and holler at them. Like, not try to take it out on me for things that I've never done. And then to
Right.
add injury to insult to injury, like you're 17 years my senior. So let's keep it real. Like some of these relationships, like I was a kid. So like, I know it wasn't me.
Right. Right. Oh my
It was not
Lord.
me. So like, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna keep my opinion to myself about that one. No.
It was
Mm-mm.
not me, you know? So like why am I going through all of this drama
Mhm.
for no reason? You know, and it, you know, it's his who's insecure. And I didn't want to own up to that. I didn't want to own up to the fact that, you know, he was harboring his own insecurities. I didn't want to own up to the fact that he was jealous of me.
Yeah.
Um, because I had so many things that he didn't. And, you know, we just saw our relationship in such a different light over time. All of the things that he liked about me or said he liked about me in the beginning were the very things that were weaponized against me. You know, oh, you educated. Yeah, I am. But that doesn't make me any more special or different. That's not how I roll. Now I'm like, now I see how
Right.
you would be if you had that all in your corner. Like, you know, nobody would. That's not me. You know,
Exactly.
that's not me. I'm the same in many ways as I was, you know, as a kid. I like what I like. I like silly shows. You know, I've had a dealing with reality, working with kids and, you know, other adults and whatever. And I'm not saying that I'm not a fan of watching the news and understanding what's going on in the world and this and that, right? But
Mhm.
I want to take a break. I want to laugh. I
Right.
want to laugh. I want
Right.
to feel joy. I want to experience. I just want to. And so, you know, there were all these signs that I ignored over and over and over again. And I'm gonna give y'all a funny one, right? Who in they right man experience the brilliance of the Cosby Show or like a different
Oh,
world and didn't watch it, didn't like it, wouldn't watch it. I was like, what?
I don't know anyone that fits that category. He
Well,
didn't.
I
What you
do.
say? He didn't like it?
No, no,
He lying. Mm-mm.
no.
I don't
He
believe
didn't
that.
watch it. I do. You know why? Because it showed the type of family and life that he wanted and didn't have.
Oh,
And so he was real big on like this whole, you know, like everybody, they have their degrees and their this and their that. And I'm like, but there are so many people who do so much without it. Like it doesn't, you know, and I'm
yes,
not downplaying, you know, you having a degree or whatever. And I'm proud of what I have and what I did and where I came from to do it, you know, but by the same token, it doesn't it doesn't define me. It's a part of
no.
me. It's a part of what I did, you know. Yes, I'm proud. You know, I'm a proud graduate of Howard University. Tell anybody.
Ah,
You know. I
I'm a little jealous now.
would listen. I'm a proud graduate in the same way that I'm a proud graduate of Pace University. I'm a proud graduate of Bank Street. I mean, hell, I'm a proud
Right.
graduate. You know, it was all of these things, like whatever I did, I'm proud of it, you know? And so, but it does not define me. I don't wear it on my sleeve. You know, yeah, Howard University. That's not me, you know? But I would get, you know, okay, well, you like such and such a show. You know, did I watch my little Housewives of Atlanta? I sure did, you know, but he would try to
I did not.
take I did. And I mean, you know, I don't even watch all that stuff anymore, but you know, it would just be something in the moment. It was my downtime before I
Yes.
would have to continue
Right.
on with the everybody had finally gone to bed. Everybody had, you know, it was Sunday night. I'm getting ready to get the week in. I got lessons to write and all this stuff. I just want to chill for a minute. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Mhm.
All that stuff go off by like 10, 11 o'clock at 2:30. And that's the start of my
Okay.
day. So I just want to do something that just, I done cooked all day, made sure everybody's washed up. I done did heads for my girls, all the things. The house is clean. Everybody got their stuff ready. Like I've done all of that, you know. And now, and I want to incorporate time with you, but you don't like what I like, which is fine. But I would try to make time for the things that he liked, but I wouldn't get it in return. And in return, what I would get is we sitting there watching the show, or at least he's trying to like engage or whatever. And I'm like, hey, this is the time that, whatever. Like, let's try. He's like, okay, well, let me check out some of this stuff that you like. But it would always be, I don't understand these black women. They wearing all these fake hair and these fake nails and these fake eyes, and they're just so fake. And everybody think that bruh, it's for entertainment value, and you are killing my vibe. Like
Right.
that's all I wanted to. And
Right.
it was this is what you do with your time. Like, you have all these degrees, and this is the best that you can do. What are you talking about?
What does that have to do with
I've
what
been
you watch?
right. I've been like this all my life. Like as a girl and the Mandrell sisters. I liked the Muppet Show. I just like silly stuff. That's me. Like this is what I like. This is who I am. Like mob stories. You like the little gangster movies. You like, and that's cool. You love watching the news all day and half the night. You know, I can't live in that space all day long you know. And
Mhm.
so I'm like, I need things that give me outlets. But you don't watch the news enough. Because when I watch the local news, especially, it's depressing as hell. And as a teacher, many times some of those stories, and which was what would put me back to watching it, because I would need to know what was happening. Because unfortunately, some of those stories about all these heartbreak and the house that got raided up the street, those would be my students. And
Mm.
a 10-second segment of something that I now come to work and deal with from this child's perspective every day. And they come in the door talking, y'all. You got little kids. Please know they come to school and tell your business. Okay. They come and tell all your tea, and don't think they not listening. They are. They
And we
may
be
or may
telling
not.
them, don't you be open at school telling that teacher all my business.
And the first thing they do, guess what?
Mm-mm. Miss Williams, guess
So
what my mama said?
yes. And I'll be like, I don't want to know, boo. I don't want to know. I'm a mandated reporter. I don't want to know.
Mhm.
you know. But I lived that though, PJ. I lived that life. And it was with my first graders. First
Mm.
grade. Hardest class I ever taught to this day. And this is my 23rd year. Hardest group I ever had. And so, I was like, listen, and things are go the way they go in your life for whatever reasons, but this is why it happens in mine. And my issue was not that we had our differences about it. I actually thought it was pretty cool because to me, it was okay, I can spend time with you, kind of getting into your world and looking at a little bit of the thing. And I liked it to a point. And then, but my thing is reciprocate it. Like, okay, get to know a little. I ain't saying you gotta like it. We ain't got to do it all the time, but respect the fact that this is what I like. Instead of throwing it up in my face and using it as a way to like try to degrade me or really calling me stupid without calling me stupid. Like I don't need all of that. If you think I'm dumb, say it. I'd rather you say that, and we back to the right, we back to this. I'd rather you just say it. The underplay. and then want me to read between the lines. Like, cut it out. We grown. Cut that out. Like, but then when things get heated, I'm supposed to just sit. And then when I got something to say, it's funny. It's little. It's nothing. Oh, you're so emotional. You're so emotional. You care about what other people think. When I could care less. Well, why are you yelling? Because you're yelling at me. Because I need you to hear what I'm saying. Because I don't like what you're saying about me. Well, yeah, and you think you got this reverse psychology now, man. Yeah, the children are listening to you too. you know, you gotta keep it down. I don't like an audience. I don't need everybody in the neighborhood to hear what I'm saying. But you went out in the yard and called me a bitch while I was standing over. No, a fat bitch while I'm standing at the balcony with the kids standing behind me. But you didn't like it when I came back and responded the way I did. Because to this very day, and that was maybe, I don't know, 5 years ago now, to this very day, he'll bring it up. I apologize. Like, I did all the things that I knew to do because I didn't mean to do it in the way that it happened. Did I mean to hurt his feelings? I absolutely did. Did I go low to hit way below the belt to do it? I absolutely did. Because you called me a fat bitch standing out there on that neighborhood. So yeah, you gonna go low. I wasn't doing the Michelle Obama. When they go low, we go high. Nope. When you went low, I went lower.
With respect. We love you, Queen.
Yes. Saying that, like you said, I'm not saying it to say she's wrong because she's right.
No,
You
no,
know,
no,
and
no, not at all.
typically that's where, okay, I can rise above where you trying to go because I can see it. But there's only but so much that I'm going to add before I speak my piece. And then to watch my face on top, like that's crazy. You know, and this whole, well, the kids, and I'm like, you just trying to push all these buttons, and he would hit the right ones. They would be the right ones because I'm gunning now. I'm gunning, and I got tired of being Geppetto, or rather Pinocchio, and him being my Geppetto. You know, like I'm tired of you controlling my emotions. Absolutely, that's right. You can only be puppeteered when you allow it, right? You allow it. And I was like, okay, so how much longer are you going to allow him to do? Because you know what he's doing, just like he knows what he's doing. You already know it. And you still here for it. So guess whose issue that is? It's not his. It's
Sure.
not his because you teaching people how to treat you.
Right. Right. Say that again, please.
So
You
yeah,
teaching them.
yes, you are. You teach people how to treat you. You absolutely do. And in retrospect, because like you said, sis, you were talking about healing, and that's a lot of what I'm in that process of. And to do it, to get there, you got to go back through a lot of what happened. It's been a lot. Why? Why did you allow this? I didn't grow up, thank God, so why are you, when you see it, with an entertaining problem for years? Why? Was domestic abuse and issue growing up, it was. I knew how I felt about it and what my personal stance to it was. So why, when you saw a chip, did you stay and stand for, you know? So I have to come to terms about those things. I'm not victim. I'm not a, I
Mm-hmm.
played my part. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street.
Okay.
He did what he did, but I allowed a whole
Mhm.
lot to happen. And I allowed myself to react, continuously react, you know. I tell you, PJ, the day that I had to go to court, we had a fight one Thanksgiving. And I realized holidays,
Oh,
something with it took me a while.
it's in the air. It is in the air.
It took me a while to pick that up. That it was something about holidays that was it, during that time it's festive, right? And you're eating, but what else are you doing? You're
Drinking
drinking,
or smoking
you
or
know.
whatever it is that you partake in.
Mhm. Yep. And it's not always the I taking a little something every now, but I'm not a drinker. I'm not. I'm cool with some water. You can give me some Kool-Aid. You can give
When
me
you get
some pop.
drunk. Yeah, the drinking isn't is when you get drunk when it's a problem.
Yeah. You know, and it's a huge problem, especially when your family stop having events with liquor because they got tired of you showing your ass at family events. And so to keep it together, they were like, you know what? We not doing it. They wouldn't even have beer. And again, I'm like, okay, well, you saw this. You heard the stories. They told you what was up, and yet it's still there. Why? Part of the why, even though I didn't see it as such then, what do you think you can do? Change somebody. Oh, I can help.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm different. Body else, you know.
We have kids
No.
together and he has to change for our children.
Mhm. 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 And I ignored all the things, right? If you don't treat your respect, what anybody else got coming?
Right.
And I mean that in the sense of not as, abusive and neglectful and whatever. Just the opposite. You even talking to service people, you get on the phone, you trying to pay a
Hmm.
bill or there's a dispute, you trying to call and get it just as nasty. And early on, I was like, oh, if that was me on the other line, baby, I'd have hung up on you a long time ago, you know. And like I was laughing it off. I'm laughing now just in retrospect of it all, but I was laughing. I could feel in the back of my mind, like, hello, you know, what you think you got coming? All of that stuff. And so one Thanksgiving, there was this fight between us. Um, it's been years ago now. And somebody in our apartment building called Child Protective Services. My two kids at the time were there, and I had to call the police. You know, he was subsequently arrested. We had to get restraining orders. I had to change the locks. All of this stuff. restraining orders to my kids' schools to let them know. I had to take it to work to let
We love y'all too.
absolutely. And you talk about feeling stupid and humiliated. I broke down in my principal's
Mhm.
office. It was me, her, the assistant principal, and her secretary, because I literally had to hand them this paper to put in my file
Mhm.
so that they would understand the level of protection that I and
Yes.
I just, I felt horrible. I had to take days coming back because I had to let the swelling in my face go down. And I had to go to the domestic violence unit, and I'm walking down the hallway. It was a rainy day. It was windy. It was cold. I got a 1-year old in a stroller. I got a 4 or 5-year old on my hip. I'm trying to find this building because I don't know nothing about court systems. And I knew all the courthouses were downtown, but I couldn't tell which one was which. The place was literally right next to me. I had to walked around it 5 times. It was rainy, but part of it too was I was crying. I was so frustrated. I wasn't sure. I knew what I should do, but wasn't still really. I finally get into this building. We walking down the hallway, and there's this big sign on the wall, and it's like DV, and it's domestic violence unit. And I'm like, how the hell did I end up here? Like, what
Right.
is this? I got to talk to lawyers for my 5-year old. You know, I'm like, this is crazy. I had to always, whatever court dates were coming up for us, I had to take the time off work. So I always had to turn everything in. It wasn't like I could hide it so that I could protect my time at work. I mean, my administrators were cool with me, and I thank God for that because that could be a whole nother issue. I didn't have to deal with that. They were, do what you got to do, and we'll cover
Yeah.
what we need to do here. But still, just like, but how did I get here? The Child Protective Service, ACS in New York. The lady got to come and check in with us every week. And I remember we slowly started coming back together, still with the protective orders in place, still with the ACS workers coming to check in, still having to meet up in the courthouse and testify in front of the judge, all these things. Then it got to the point where my worker was coming and he would have to hide and then come in when he left. And she came in one day and was like, sis, I know he's here. You know, she was like, I mean, you ain't the first or the last. This part of it actually happens quite often. And, I remember having the conversation with him about, okay, well, let's go and drop the charges. Oh, he drove me to the courthouse and
I'm
I went
sure.
in. I dropped the charges because I got tired of going through all that stuff. I just wanted it gone. I just wanted it gone. I didn't feel like that was me. I never saw myself being in that position. I did not care to see my violence victim. I was not. I didn't even want domestic violence. But to this moment, I still have all the paperwork with me. I even have the work of he was the one who suffered injury because I fought back,
Mhm.
and that I didn't never done anything. And you heard me say I had to take days off work
Mhm.
because I had to let the swelling go down in my
Mhm.
face. So it was just, you know, you asked me about when did enough become enough,
Mhm.
and in my live a few days ago, nobody can answer that for you. It's all these things, all these signs, all whatever it is. Nobody can tell you on the outside looking in. It's like, how could you they call uncle yet? Like,
Right.
but nobody else can, like nobody else can do this for you but you. And I can go down and I'm like, there was this event, there was this one, there was that one, there was this one, there was this one, especially after my first job. It got worse. You talked about being fussed at and having a whole issue around watching Montel Williams.
You just don't
I
know.
had
Stuff being thrown
you
out the
like,
window.
what? I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. And for me, which one was I getting ready to reference? It was just crazy. It's, knowledge that it was the crazy that I allowed. It was the crazy that I accepted. It was the crazy that I allowed myself to acclimate to become comfortable with. And I can't even did I at some point say, yeah, this is, for my kids, I gotta say, yeah, I went that route.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
But at the end of that's just an excuse. Because it's not about them. Like if you not good, they not good. They not stupid either. Who wants to live in a household where you can feel the air of unsettlement and just that there's this charge in the air that something is not right, and it's just leaving of when the jump off is getting ready to happen. You can run in the opposite direction, and that's literally what would happen. If we upstairs, we watch the kids run past us to go downstairs. We downstairs, you can want us to run upstairs. You know, it's crazy. And they like this with tears, it's crazy. And so on that last one, when I left, I had my son's phone and I turned everything off of his phone. And so we couldn't be tracked or anything. Not that I really thought we would be, but just trying to be precautious. And text message that my son had sent to one of our family and was like, I'm tired of this. And she kept responding back, tired of what? What are you tired of? And he was just like, I'm so tired of this. It's happening again. It's happening again. And I'm so his last text message to his cousin. And I didn't even know that and I wasn't searching for anything. Like I literally was just trying to shut off the and whatever. And he was 11. you know? Like, to know that not only are you upstairs, you're protecting your sisters, you're scared in your own right, you're upset in your own right. You're hearing all this nonsense, hearing the screaming, the yelling, the accusations, the name calling. You're hearing what could be a physical fight. You're hearing the doors slamming. You're hearing cussing. And in the midst of all of that, you are texting to reach out for help, basically. Mm-mm. They not stupid. You're not staying there for them. What is that to stay for?
Right.
So enough is enough when you say it, whatever the it
Because it's
is,
always an it. Something
is
happened. You're
enough.
like, okay, this is that's it.
It just is. It's just that one thing that just topples it, and it's like, okay,
I'm done. You win.
done.
I can't do this no more. When you get home from work, I'm gonna be gone. Putting that, just telling you now, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be at my mama house. Come on over there. She got,
That's
she got something for you.
that's
Not my mama though.
exactly what happened. But you know what they say, but that's exactly what happened, though. You called it. That's exactly what
Yeah,
happened.
you told me. That's why I'm sorry. I jumped the
Mhm.
gun, y'all. I'm sorry. I told you, me and Miss Cassandra, we talked, so she might have forgot she told me that, but
Nope, that's
I was kind
exactly
of
what
getting excited. Like, I
happened.
know the end of the story.
They Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And then in the midst of all of that, there's the financial
Mm-hmm.
abuse and all kind of stuff, man. You know, and not even the way that most people would think, like, oh, he was controlling the purse strings. No, no, that was me. That was me. I was paying. I left. I damn sure made sure all them utilities got shut off.
Cut off.
One, one.
You pay these bills.
No.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So
Miss
it's
Cassandra.
a lot. At the end of the day, ladies, gentlemen, you got to take ownership to your part, because people
Yeah.
will treat you the way you allow them to treat
Accountability. I love that. Accountability. I mean,
you. Yeah.
at some point we know it's time to go and we just stay, and that's when the fighting begins. When we know it's time to leave and we stay, that's when the fighting begins. Okay, it's time that we got to start planning and plotting and scheming, and sometimes doing a little bit of name manipulation to kind of get yourself in a safer position. So I get it. Oh, I get it.
Mhm.
Accountability is
Mhm.
honestly one of the biggest parts of the healing journey, and it's honestly one of the hardest parts of the healing journey is accountability.
Absolutely.
And y'all don't know Miss Cassandra, she real big on
Yep.
accountability. I learned that the hard way. With love, with love, with love. It's always with love. But I mean, she holds herself accountable just as much as she'll hold you accountable. So it's not one sided. She will hold herself accountable. And I have learned that with experience. So she does practice what she preaches, you guys. So, Miss Cassandra, is there any way anyone can reach you to work with you? I know that you're a coach. You are with Open Letters to a Survivor. You are on their share. I'm going to put their email address up there too, because I do know that a lot of things you do is through them. But I mean, how are you reached to? I know
Yep.
you have a coaching a business yourself, right?
So up through my business saying it's actually, I'm gonna change it over to coaching, but I just use consulting as my umbrella. But you can reach me by email for the coaching services. Right now it's Cassandra WMS, KISS, mwah,
Mwah.
ONDA, Wanda, MS, right, at gmail.com. You can also catch me live every Thursday. Every Thursday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I do the Kiss Corner. You can catch me there as well. So I'm broadening the horizons. I'm in the process of getting ready to set up a Facebook group for it and everything, because we just need a safe space, right? We need that safe space, that accountability corner, for what we're dealing with and what we're going through. And you don't have to walk it alone because you're not the only one. You're not. Um, you're not.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Cassandra, for coming out
So
and sharing your story and letting everyone
absolutely.
know that, there's always everyone has their different journey when it comes times to leave and heal. And yours is kind of one that I've heard most. It was kind of my story too. We needed to go. It was time to go. And I thank
Mhm.
you. I thank you for being willing to share that on my platform.
Thank you.
And y'all, you heard it from her now. I didn't want to put
Absolutely.
her business out there, but every Thursday, we don't know which Thursday, but one of these Thursdays, we're going to be having Miss Kiss Corner here
I'm
on
coming.
Empower
Absolutely.
Voices, Finding
Absolutely.
Sugar Survivors Network.
Yes,
Well,
yes,
thank you so much,
yes,
Miss
yes,
Cassandra. I'm
yes,
going to put
yes,
you
yes.
backstage for a second, and we're going to say goodbye to our beautiful guest. Thank you so much again. And I will be, if you guys want to reach out to her, y'all
Ab-
see her email there, but I got her number, y'all. So I'll be talking to you soon.
Absolutely. Have a good
You
night.
too. Oh my God, you guys, that was an incredible episode that we had today. And I want to give a huge thanks to Cassandra Lady Kiss Williams for sharing her powerful journey and showing us that survival is just the beginning. Your resilience, your strength, and your wisdom are exactly what you need to hear. To all of you listening, let me tell you this: you're not alone, like she just said. We are not alone. No matter what you've been through, you have the power to heal, and to rebuild your life. Every day is a step toward reclaiming your power. Your story is not over. It doesn't end with trauma. You are far stronger than you realize, and now is the time to step up. Even on your toughest days, you have what it takes to rise. But you need to keep moving, and you need to keep growing. You need to keep going. You need to keep striving. This community needs you. And I'm asking you to step up for yourself. Step up for yourself. Do what you need to dust yourself off, and have faith and believe in yourself. Okay. So here's the big ask as well. Your donations and your sponsors continue to provide these life-changing resources, the events that I have, opportunities for survivors to heal and to thrive. Your support means everything. Your support helps so many. Your support helps us provide resources to those in need. And it only takes a few to reach millions. So if you can, we would love for you to reach out. You can contact me on my link tree. You can contact me at pj at soulfulresiliencejourney.site, or you can, reach out to me on my Facebook, PJ Jones, and just kind of show your support. Whatever you can do, your support means that we could bring more impactful episodes, powerful summons, empowering events to those who need it the most. Whether it's $5 or $50, your contribution helps more than you know. I suck at asking because this is not my strong suit, but I know that it's needed because I know that you are not just your donation. You're investing in the future of countless of survivors who needs to hear these stories, who needs to receive these resources, not just these resources that I'm saying. I'm have so many things in the works. I told you I have projects that I'm working on a daily basis that can help survivors, and they need to feel loved. They need to feel empowered, and this community can provide that. And we need your help to keep this community growing and to ensure that we're able to give back to those who need it the most. So, that's just really that's what I'm asking. If you can, $1, 50 cents, whatever you could donate. You can go to my link tree. I have a donation page. I have a sponsors page. Whichever you choose, anything is really valuable, even if it isn't financial. Your time, you know, anything that you can offer is always grateful. But speaking of growth, my Fearless and Flourishing Summit was last week, you guys, and it was a huge success. Miss Cassandra was on there. She was one of the speakers on my summit last week. You tune in to the replay and you'll get to see her share her story. But if not, if not, you need to tune in and see. She really, her and so many other women shared some powerful messages that we can grow from. And for anyone who missed it, don't worry, you can catch the replay on my channel, Empower Voices, Finding Strength in Survivors. And you can get all that powerful wisdom. So and stay tuned, because I'm going to be probably the next couple of days giving out information of my Roots of Resilience Costa Rica retreat. It's coming this July, and we got seats. We need to fill that. Those are very limited. My summits have more space than my retreats. So if you're ready to heal, connect, and transform in a beautiful environment, come down here to Costa Rica with me, you guys, and let's heal, let's connect, let's get to know each other, let's learn and grow. And don't forget to mark your calendars, because in September, I'm going to be having another summit. Yes, September 2025, I'm going to be having a leadership summit where we'll continue to push forward with empowerment and strength. But none of this will be possible without you. None of anything that I'm doing is nothing without you. So please like, share, and subscribe. Keep this movement growing. Please, if you can donate or sponsor, this will be the perfect time. Please sponsor this mission if you can. And if you cannot, like, share, subscribe, and keep the message going is wonderful for me. But your support in any way can change lives. Together, we can create a space where survivors rise, heal, and thrive. Before I close, I would like to also, and I'm going to do this at the end of every last one of my podcasts, is offer you the number to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. You can call 1-800-799-SAFE, 1-800-799-7233, or visit www.thehotline.org if you know of someone, or if you are in a situation and you need help. They are confidential, and they will, if they cannot help you, they will connect you with someone who can. So please, please, please don't ever, ever, ever think you're alone, because you're not. And my final words to everyone listening, I want to tell you this: your healing is possible. No matter how heavy the past may feel, remember, every single day is an opportunity for you to reclaim your power. You are stronger than you realize, and even when the road seems tough, you just take one step at a time, just one. Because there is hope, there is joy, and there is a future fulfilled with limitless potential. Just don't give up on yourself. And I have a quote by a wonderful, wonderful speaker named Ashata Shakur. I know I said that name wrong, and if I did, please forgive me, because I do have respect for this woman. She said, it is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. So let's keep fighting for our freedom. Let's keep fighting for each other, and let's keep building this community. Thank you so much for tuning in to Insights of a Survivor. And until next time, stand tall, stand strong, and keep pushing forward.
It's been dark way too long in this place. That bright smile long gone been replaced. From ear to ear I see that fear in your face. Tell me when the last time you felt safe, cause there's evil people in the streets. Evil at your front door, creeping while you sleep. It's time to raise up, show that evil we ain't weak. We don't turn the other cheek, I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. No more running from the bad guy, I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up. We go